fifth and final game of the series between Boreal eSports and North American Rejects V2. As always, brought to you by High Ground TV. Joining me today are Statsman, Cart, Dota, as well as Tralf. Tralf, thoughts before we head here into this final game? Do you have a prediction? Who's going to take the victory? Who will take this fifth and final game?
Man, it's so hard to say. But like I said, whenever the momentum is going for a team, I always root for that team. So in Game 3, for example, I was rooting, well, not rooting, but I mean, like, you know, expecting that NARv would win because they already had 2 games won, and then they were 1 game away from finishing the series 3-0. So, and I think most people react that way. Whenever the momentum is in one team's court, you usually root, or not root for, but vote for that team as far as winning. I'm voting now for Boreal just because they have the momentum going for them in a big way. They were 1 game away from being eliminated. They came back from 2-0, and now this is the match point yet again. But now it's match point, and it could be for either team. So I think Boreal has it going for them. Now, as far as the draft is concerned, I actually like this a lot more from NARv. This is more quote-unquote 6.84 meta, so to speak. Like, they were gone for the Lesh and Gyro, which are much more popular in 6.84. And Boreal actually went for something a little bit different themselves, and they now go with the Shadow Fiend. Whereas, if you look at the first 2 bans, Storm Spirit was banned out, so no more Storm for Kokoni.
It's kind of surprising that they didn't really go for anything like the Gyro or the Leshrac on the side of North American Rejects. They kind of did their own thing for a long period of time. And not to say that Boreal didn't do the same thing where they did their own thing, but it surprises me that Leshrac and Gyrocopter are only coming out now, especially Fog Sand King as well. That's a hero that he loves to play. They didn't really give him a greedy support to play. Now they do have something for him to go for early on and get that Blink Dagger as quickly as possible. So from a drafting standpoint, and I agree with you, it looks better for NARv right now. Later on down the road, how will the draft continue on? We'll have to wait and see. A minute and 20 seconds left of reserve time for Boreal eSports. I do want to say, I didn't get a chance to say it in the last game, that we are giving away a TI5 ticket. If you would like to be eligible, head over to twitter.com/Dota2Canada to find all the rules and information about how to get into the drawing. So definitely check that out. It is courtesy of Quantum Dota, one of my stream viewers as well as subscribers. Great guy, and also a Statsman at Quantum Dota, I believe is what it is. So check him out. Boreal eSports, they'll pick up the Witch Doctor as their second support with the Lina to go hand in hand. Good stuff.
Really good support with Clockwork. If Clockwork has a good time... By the way, I think Boreal's been dire every single game so far, right? I don't know whether... I haven't really been following who's been choosing what, whether it's first pick or Radiant, but I think NARv's been Radiant every single time, and Boreal's been dire every single time.
You are correct.
But if Clockwork has a good time and Witch Doctor has a good time, these 2 heroes work out really well hand in hand with a decent amount of farm, just because cogging multiple people in the early game, getting a hook shot cog is amazing because you can solo kill supports. In the mid to late game, however, if you hook cog someone, usually you're just doing it just to keep them there. Like, you can't really kill them anymore, but you just keep them there. However, if you keep 2 heroes cogged up, for example, and Witch Doctor has an axe, they just die instantly.
Yes.
So if these 2 heroes get a good combination of farm, they can do a ton of work. So look for that. I think actually Boreal wanted the Sand King. I know that they really like Sand King plus Lina. So whether it was NARv knowing that and actively thinking that we're going to pick Sand King for ourselves, but deny them the pick for Boreal, and also, just wanting them for themselves, or whether they just didn't even think about that, just thought that Sand King would have been good for them. Either way, I still think that Boreal actually wanted that. They go with the last pick Bounty Hunter, which I think is really strong. It's actually just a straight up offlane Bounty Hunter though, which I think is still okay. Radiant could be a little bit more difficult. I always touch on this Radiant offlane just because unless you're a hero that really utilizes the trees there in that weird, again, shout out to Coddle Guy, finicky area, I don't see you getting as much as the dire offlane. So with the Bounty Hunter being last picked here, they have good supports to deal with him though. So
5 seconds.
We'll see. We'll see what MSS can do.
He's made miracles happen on different heroes before, but this seems ballsy is the word I would use in this situation. It's kind of like calling your shot. We could theoretically see a Sand King offlane Bounty Hunter support, but I don't see that happening. I do not see Fogged or Bleak as Bounty Hunter players. I do not see MSS as a Sand King offlaner, although...
I actually like that a lot more now that you mention it. I think that's way better. Nice suggestion there, Mont.
Thanks. I'm a top tier drafter. I'm a backseat gamer, if you will. So.
No, I think that's way better because I think Sand King offlane is way stronger than Bounty offlane. And I think that Bounty as a 4 is much more effective than Bounty as a 3. So I would, if they do that, I imagine it'll be Fogged on the Rubik, and then Chad or Bleak on the Bounty. So we'll see as I pick heroes whether
that is a 6.83 draft if I've ever seen one, my friend.
Oh, it will be Chad actually on the Sand King unless they do some swaps. But I like your suggestion actually, but they don't go with it. They think you're dumb.
You know, they've told me that on numerous occasions, especially that bastard Bleak. I'm gonna find him. I mean, I'm just kidding, actually. A lot of them, my good friends. Boreal eSports versus NARv2, our 5th game, our 5th and final game, in fact, of this grand final series, which is not really disappointed, but there's been some clowny stuff happening. We're gonna head right into it, folks. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's gonna be about 11 o'clock, I think, on the East Coast. I can't even tell. Yes, it is. 11:09 on the East Coast. On the West Coast, a bit earlier. I love this Bounty Hunter set, by the way. I am a huge fan of it. It is, I think, Phonics, but it is, if you've ever watched any of the Dollars trilogy, like the good, bad, and the ugly, for a few dollars more and a fistful of dollars, this is pretty much what it's based off of, or what this set is based off of that series. I'm a big fan.
Well, it looks like they're gonna do both. Both teams are going to do some 5-man. I don't know if Boreal's going to smoke. They are running 5 down here. Narvi smoked, but they're not going to find anything. At the very least, they're going to ward some camps that maybe Shadow Fiend could stack, or someone could stack for Shadow Fiend.
I would like to see them like just sit here, like in this area, and just like wait for somebody to walk up. But
this dodging is way more beneficial to Boreal because, yeah, Shadow Fiend can get stacks, but 1, I don't think they're going to ward anything. Yeah, they're not going to ward anything, and 2. I think Sand King getting his stacks denied is much more important than, say, Shadow Fiend getting his stacks denied. And his stacks aren't even getting denied, so...
Does this ward only cover this one camp?
It
doesn't cover this one, right? Because I think only the Magic Bush does that.
I don't know, it might. Because if they placed it here, I imagine they... Oh god, Jeppins. They're gonna try to dodge here. Jeppins is walking up. They know he's here. Oh, Jeppins is so dead.
Yeah, that's first blood. Good body block for Chad. He'll get the first blood. That's a good start. Boots first, and then already has 300 gold on top of it. Not bad. Meanwhile, you look at Pizza Dad and PQ, they're doing the exact same thing, but they won't find a kill. They'll try to walk down.
Tony dies here too? Oh, man.
I don't think they get this kill. This is very difficult. Flair is going to scout this out, so yeah, they know. Kikoni will not ever be in a position where he's going to die. Ush mid versus Kikoni Shadow Fiend. Interesting. They're going to try to gank onto Ush here. The throw is coming out. Oh, that courier is walking up. They see him. They see him. Cask is going to go. PQ might be in some trouble here. Brostrix going to fly out. Split Earth going to hit as well. PQ in trouble. Fog walks right through, takes 2 raises to the back of the head. The flare comes out. Fog actually is going to die, it looks like. Oh, but here's the Bounty Hunter. MSS has got vision. MSS doesn't have Janata, though, so he doesn't have the slow, unfortunately.
Yeah, and he can't body block when he's in Viz either, so... Yeah. Definitely a big win there for Narvi.
Safe lane Bounty Hunter, by the way. I want to throw that out there.
Yeah, he's not even safe lane yet, because he's
running
been
around.
No one bought him for the last minute, but...
Yeah.
Which in 6.83 you'd be panicking. Actually, KBS misses the last hit by himself. But 6.83 you'd be panicking, being like, oh my god, I can't believe we're getting uncontested free farm to an offlane troll, but...
You don't really care about it.
Well, here's the thing. This Troll Warlord got significantly nerfed as far as the laning phase is concerned. But if he's not getting contested in the laning phase, I don't think it's that much of a nerf. Yeah. The biggest thing outside of that was his duration on Battle Trance, which certainly is a nerf at all stages of the game. But, like I said, the biggest nerf to him was the laning phase. And, by the way, that ward blocks nothing.
Bottom tower is under attack.
So it's just vision, man.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, it's pretty good vision, don't get me wrong, but...
Yeah, but that's not what you want.
No.
At all.
I don't know why they thought that was going to work. Like, the box for...
That's pretty bad.
What's the box for, like, this camp is, like... Doesn't it, like, go like this or something?
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a really horrible ward.
Yeah, that's not great.
Oh, at least Pizza Dad gets some good CS. He's actually got 4 CS out of that in level 2, so...
Well, that was...
Not the end of the world, but... Yeah.
So MSS is... Oh, meanwhile, Ush gets a soul kill Kikoni! I did not expect that to happen. I think Losrak is very good against Shadowfield, but I did not expect that kill to be coming out that early. It's very surprising to me.
Yeah, I've always talked about... If you remember when we were casting a WCA, this is right after the patch hit, and we saw this matchup a number of times, and I was saying... If Leshrac has the potential to kill Shadowfiend, but it has to be like levels 2 to 3, I think. or maybe even level 1, 2, 3. Most likely level 2, 3. You spam out a couple split earths and you spam out the lightning, and then go for a kill. But later on, it becomes more difficult because then the lane is always pushed from Shadow Fiend just having extra damage from the raises.
Even now, he's pushing it. The raise comes out and he gets a CS. Lightning Storm does not connect to Kikoni. Top lane. Korok's kind of alone. Cancels the Clarity. Battery Assault doesn't go from Jeppins. He's trying to juke. Battery Assault will fly through. So will the Rocket Barrage. Korok, I think, is dead. They need a Telekinesis right now. Maybe should have hold it. Jeppins will survive. It looks like Flat Cannon not going to do nearly enough. He didn't even use it there. And that is actually a nice, huge kill for the Witch Doctor. Korok really shouldn't have gotten caught in that position in the first place. So, that's a big kill.
Yeah, and when he cogs him too, and then the Rocket Barrage is split between two heroes, it seems much less impressive.
Yeah.
God, it's so hard to focus when Grand spamming you, I gotta tell you. Anyway, MSS, they do have a sentry down. Do they have Dust on him as well? I think Dust is so much better against Bounty Hunter, but they don't. KVH, maybe taking some damage. Chad's only level 2 though, so the range of his Burrow Strike is not
you have to like be next to the person pretty much. I will say Bleak has gotten off to a fast start. 700 gold and he's only level 2. He needs that level 3 though. Bounty Rune is gonna get him 3, I think, or it's gonna be close. Nah, not quite. He'll be there soon though. And he needs that level 3 Sandstorm. No stacks that I can see. If he were to stack this up, well, first of all, it's Sentry now. Secondly, they'd have vision of him stacking. So they need to stack this camp, which they currently are. But he's gonna walk mid. He doesn't have a smoke or anything, so he's just kind of sitting behind us here, kind of worried that maybe Pete's dad is nearby or PQ, which PQ is actually there. But Kikoni's going to head to the jungle, take a couple of, well, just one stack it looks like. Yeah,
I don't know if I like this from Gnar. Like, Jeppins is getting full levels basically. He's level 5.5 at 4.5 minutes. When he hits 6, Lesh is dead every time he wants to hookshot him, or every time he can land the hookshot. Which would have been the same scenario if he went bottom and didn't get, contested too much, but I mean, you're sacrificing a lot by throwing an aggro dual lane or some kind of weird lane up here and putting a Bounty Hunter bottom. What you're trading is for a Bounty Hunter getting a fast track, but I would much prefer a fast hookshot to a fast track if I'm Boreal.
You'd like to have fast hookshot, not a fast track, which I think is currently what's happening right now. I guess MSS is getting close. He's almost level 6. So, meanwhile, KVH continues to get free farm. Mid is actually going better for Ush than it is, and he's going to get a kill on Kikoni right now, maybe. Oh, the cast comes out. LSA will miss. Fog was nearby. Ush did a lot of damage with that double damage rune. Kikoni's able to bottle up and Voodoo Restoration, but needs to be careful. So, mid lane is going better for Ush because he got that solo kill, and he's got better CS. Top lane is going a bit better for the Gyrocopter, but it's technically offlane Clockwork, so I think it's kind of even right now where we're sitting. I don't know if you feel the same way, but that's what I'm seeing.
It's even, but I think in the overall scope of things, this is way better for Boreal. They have Dire, they have fast Roshan potential with Troll, which is not something you think about anymore because Troll's never picked, but they have that. Not to mention the negative armor that you get from Shadow Fiend when he levels up Presence of the Dark Lord. But the thing I can't stress enough is that they're giving free levels to Jeppins on the Clockwork.
And he's level 6.
He has level 6 now. I'm thinking maybe he pulls this once more. Maybe gets the CS from these big creeps. Could probably hit level 7 off of it. Goes to regen, finds a kill into Lesh. And there's nothing Lesh can do about it because unless you rush a Force Staff, which I don't see many Lesh is doing. Oh, Korok actually pulls the creep wave back to him, so that's a nice play by him. But unless he rushes a fast Force Staff where he has heroes sitting by him, hugging him all the time, he's just going to be dead every time, so we'll see if Jeppins gets active.
That's what some of the C9 players were talking about, was forced on Lesh, and against the Clockwork, I wouldn't say it's a necessity, but it's certainly very useful. KVH will take some harass bottom lane as MSS's go on 2 points Ruka Toss, 1 point Janata, 1 point Shadow Walk. He's holding
They're trying to bait out the Clockwork here, which might work because they have vision on the side. Jeppins trying to maybe look for the hook. He does get it! Oh.
He's back. Good play from Fogs. TPN from Ush. Split Earth. Will connect out of Jeppins. Fade Bolt. Look at the Lightning Storm damage coming out as well. Good LSA. Korok can't really get their flat cannon damage. Won't be enough. Does a lot of damage though, but they'll push him back. Smoke is up. I think that was a smoke. I heard a smoke. Maybe no, it's Voodoo Restoration. I'm sorry. Split Earth just misses from Ush. He's going to chase him into the tree line and he won't progress any further, as now Kikoni will get free farm mid and do some tower damage as well, but here's Chad coming out of the woodwork, and look at Chad. Very close to a Blink Dagger now.
KBH still just free farming the bottom lane. So if they're not able to get anything up top, it will end up being a win for Boreal. Because they forced the rotation out of their mid lane of Leshrac, which is pretty big. So yeah, they did use the hook shot, but I would say forcing rotation out of Lesh, who was really kind of crushing mid, is bigger. Kokoni picks up haste and might be able to get a kill onto Ush here. It'll be close. He does!
He got it, yeah. Telekinesis could come out. Is Fog dead?
The damage is so huge!
That damage is ridiculous. Big raise, double kill for Kokoni. That's sick. Turns it around immediately. What was once a 1 lane for Leshrac now turns into a 1 lane for Kokoni pretty much with those 2 kills alone. That haste rune. The S4 rune. 8.5 minutes. 8-minute rune comes out. Beautifully done. And NARv2, that's kind of rough on them. Now, where do we go?
Comes MSS trying to make something happen with this Invis. Now he has good level. I can't even say good levels, but he has okay levels. Doesn't really have any farm at all. He's got boots and an Orb of Venom. He can at best soak some experience here from Kokoni, but
he needs another hero or 2 to get in to help him out. But they would see him. There's a dire observer ward on the hill. Near the tier 1 tower in mid. And so Ush is just going to do the better option and push. Unfortunately, he doesn't have Edict yet. He goes for the standard build of 4 Lightning Storm. Even sometimes you only put 2 into the Split Earth, but he puts 3, which is interesting. The Blink should be done for Bleak. No, he's very close, though. The Centaur won't get it. Oh, it will, actually. 10 gold away. He's going to walk home. MSS gets pinged. Actually, he's going to go on Kokoni. Tracks up. Shuriken Toss is going to fly maybe in a moment. Split Earth does go. Lightning Storm, Shuriken Toss. They get the kill. That's a track kill, too. Very important. Now Blink Dagger's done for Chad. Ush is going to walk back up, throw up a Lightning Storm. Jeppins has Hookshot, by the way. He's going to use it. And MSS was blocking his path of initiation. Although MSS is a fine kill in its own right. But
yeah, he could go on him, but he doesn't have any dust.
Yes,
so
yes.
I think you really need to invest in some dust if you're Clockwork. I'm surprised Jeppins hasn't already done that.
That kill netted them 900 gold, by the way.
Yeah, that was huge. They actually killed him a lot faster than I thought they were going to, too. The damage from Leshrac is insane. He doesn't even have max level at Split Earth either, which is 300 damage at level 4.
It's all about that split or the Lightning Storm, man. Over a course of a fight, you get like a couple of those off, and people just melt. Especially, definitely before BKB. Bottle Fog uses his Fog one at 6. He actually used the bounty rune there. That was kind of nifty. Again, though, KVH still getting free farm. He has the phase. He's got the Helm of the Dominator as well. He's got 62 last hits. I will say Chad does have that Blink Dagger, and they have to make something happen, I think, with it. On level 2 Burrow, though.
Another really big indirect nerf to Troll. It's the same idea for Juggernaut, is that Quelling Blade doesn't work on Roshan anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Which really delays the amount of time that you can take Roshan with a hero like
You
Troll.
need like a medallion now, I think, with Troll.
Yeah, I mean, he can still do it, but I think he needs more of his team to be there now, whereas before he could just solo it at any time he wanted to.
That was kind of broken, to be fair. Blink Burrow from Chad. Calldown's going to go Fate Bolt as well. Telekinesis to bring it back. Spell was stolen. Gets the Voodoo Restoration. Cast comes through. That was a really good bait coming out from Pizza Dad as well as PQ. They kind of just waited. They knew something was up. They threw it on a Sentry Ward. Jeppins is coming in as well. He's going to flare it up. Chad is in a really weird position. He could blink out, and he probably should.
Yeah. And they reveal the blink on SK, which is the big thing. Relatively nice timing there from KBH. Or, sorry, from Sand King, having the blink. But since it's being revealed, then the jig is up, so to speak. Jeppins, it looked like he hooked, but he didn't get it.
Yeah, he missed. It was, Ush was here, and he kind of hooked this way. Just missed it from this position. Ush was able to bait it out, or I don't know if it was a bait or if he just kind of got lucky with the way he was moving. But very close game, 4-3. Net worth graph is pretty much even at this point, and experience is only ahead in 2,000 for NAR. I think that has to do with the Sand King jungling and getting so many levels, and MSS getting free experience bottom, but not free farm. So we've hit the 12-minute mark where I kind of expected to see more action, but we're not quite there yet, especially with a Gyrocopter. Hero's so good in the early game, but that's not the case this game.
Yeah, much different than Game 3 when we saw, what was it, 19 kills at like 7 minutes?
Something
that was
fun. Yeah.
Kokoni is going for the mech rush here on Shadow Fiend. I don't see anything wrong with that at all.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I don't think Yule's is really that good here, because it's not like it's the best it's going to get you out of is a track. The rest that it's going to do is delay the inevitable. So I think mech BKB is the build here for him. After that, I actually think BKB Blink would be really good, because if he's able to follow up on like a hook shot from the clockwork, he could do a lot of damage. So we'll see. But I think definitely the core items is mech BKB, no doubt about it.
The standard, if you will. Chad is going to get caught out. Whirling Axes will go, and they'll track up KBH. LSA is going to fly in Chad's hook shot. Nice done. That was really nicely played. Mid lane, too. Coney, Pulse Nova. Last right click won't be there from Ush. Lightning Storm going to go through, slow him down. And another kill slips by the wayside here for NARv2. 2 kills that could have easily been taken. Voodoo Restoration, strong ability.
And Rubik almost died there too. He actually sold a raise, which is probably the best raise to steal, is the long range one. The other two are not so impressive, but this one's actually pretty useful.
Yeah.
But yeah, they missed the kill on Kokoni, and that means he... Dude, if he died right there, he would have been really far away from his blink, or sorry, from his mech, but now he barely has it, so... Alright, there's some motorcycle behind me. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Some guy's dick is really small. Anyway.
Oh, man.
No offense to you, you know...
Motorcycle people out there.
Whatever.
Yeah, you've simultaneously offended every Dota 2 fan that's also owns a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure
is like 4 of them.
That's a small sample size, a small set of people, subset of people.
Yep.
But he apologizes nonetheless. KBH is now going to be tracked up probably, or not. MSS is sitting nearby. They have Chad as well. They're ready to go, kind of, but there's everybody here from Boreal. And they can't, even with an epicenter, they wouldn't be able to kill these heroes all on their own. But they are kind of sitting in a really solid position for NARv2. They're not really sitting too far back. They're ready to go here. Epicenter's going to get channeled. They'll find KBH, and they'll kill KBH. Nice kill. DQ gets kind of low. Cask will bounce down to 2. That's kind of annoying. Chad will end up being the martyr here. But a track kill is a track kill, especially KBH. Here comes Ush, by the way. Splitter actually misses. That's huge. They'll turn this. Clockwork
double
TP's
tracks
in.
coming out.
They've got great vision, but...
Did they get the track onto Troll?
They did, yeah. They did.
Okay, that's really good then.
I think they did anyway. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
Jeppins now finally has the... oh, he actually goes back on MSS! MSS is like, I'll track you, and then Jeppins comes back, he uses the dust. He's going to take some damage, but he's going to get the kill on MSS. What a funny play that was. PQ
awkward.
trying to find the initiation on Korok. Korok actually runs back. Chad, they find the counter initiation with a nice blink from Chad. Splitter actually does hit Kokoni this time, but he has a mech.
Requiem getting channeled. He's going to use it. The mech comes through. Ush has a haste rune. Requiem was stolen. Nicely done. Oh, they miscommunicated. They pulled him back. Jeppins almost kills Korok. Korok doesn't get the double kill, though. It's awkward fights all over the damn place. Thank you for that cart. And I guess it comes out ahead for NARv, but it's hard to tell.
Well, if KBH dies here, which I think he's
absolutely,
going to. Yeah, there's 5 heroes here.
Telekinesis, they know where he is. Oh, he's
Can he get a kill?
Juke City? Juke City? Oh, he might be able to.
If he got a bash, he might have been able to get a kill before he died. But...
Battle
and they got the track out, I think, again.
Yeah, they did.
It's really big.
Yep. I think they did. Did they? No, I don't think so. No, that cooled. No, it's only 4 second cooldown. Never mind. Yeah, it probably did. I can't keep track, man. Yeah, they did. Deny coming out from Korok. Flank Burrow, but only onto 1. He shorts it, actually. But here comes MSS. There's the Split Earth as well. Thank you, Cart, again for helping my incompetence. And they'll back away.
So the fact that they're getting all, like, first of all, their trades are just slightly better than Boreal's, and they're getting track kills on top of it, so obviously NARv are coming out ahead in these last couple engagements. And Korok, he's got his first real item with this Sanjin Yasha completed. I think it definitely needs to be a BKB after this. Nothing crazy about this, but it's pretty good for him. Troll Warlord doing what we saw a lot in 6.83, which is Phase, Helm of the Dominator, Yasha.
And
probably SNY into BKB, or what we've seen a lot of times too is SNY into Scotty, but I think he really needs BKB against his team. I mean, just look at it. There's a plethora of stuns and magic damage that he could mitigate.
If there was just a Leshrac, I'd be like, yeah, he needs BKB, but since there's everybody else, yeah, he needs a BKB. It's,
it's a huge stack for him, by the way.
That I saw. It's all like granite golems, dude. Look at this thing. It's all these granite golems having a party together. They look so freaking stupid.
This is an extremely even game right now. If you look at the net worth, it's just staggered perfectly. can just be this team, or this guy, then this guy, then this guy from each team respectively. And the net worth chart shows only 500 gold, which is pretty close to nothing. The only difference that really matters is the experience is definitely in favor of NARv for about 4,000, which isn't that telling. And Boreal's going to go for a Roche. There is not too many wards coming out from NARv, only just this ward right
here.
They
actually use
Fervor. They use Fervor, so they know for sure what they're doing.
Yeah, they're in the pit. They have a double damage rune now with Troll Warlord, and they're smoking up.
This so bad for
call
Boreal.
down's gonna go. They have an epicenter. Is it getting channeled? It absolutely is. It got canceled though. Oh no! What could have been amazing for NARv2. They'll get one kill. There's gonna be a dust. Roche getting low. Ush is gonna walk in. Pulse is there. There's the Lightning Storm. Death Ward comes out. They clean up 3. Ush's Lightning Storm, the splitter at the Pulse Nova. They just lost all 5 of their heroes and the Aegis. Oh my god, it was a disaster. They didn't even need the epicenter. And they steal Requiem. Beautiful play coming out from NARv2. Oh my lord.
Oh boy, the Roshan. NA Dota Roshan.
The NA Dota Roshan, man. It's classic.
It always screws over one team. So, it looked like it was going to be okay because the Sand King didn't really do anything, but man, Leshrak's AoE damage is insane. They weren't able to stall him from getting into the pit. And not only that, but I think the call down hit like 3 people, if not 4.
Yeah, it hit all 4, I believe. The epicenter got canceled. I think there was a bash. I'm pretty sure Troll bashed the Sand King so that he couldn't channel his epi. I was like, that sucks. But didn't matter in the end. And I swear, every time I see one of these Roshans, I look at the net worth graph and it's just that straight line. It's like almost 90 degrees. Not quite.
Yeah, that's, oof, god, that's gotta hurt. It was so even before that, but like I said, man, Roche just ruins NA Dota teams. Alright, there's another one! You hear that?
I heard that one too. It wasn't as loud though. You're like getting salty about it too. Like, god damn it! Just like in the background.
Jesus.
So what happened?
I swear, I don't even live in a. I'm not even in a shady part of town.
Let me clue you people in on as to what happened. Tralf was like, "It's freaking hot here. I'm opening the door. I hope you're okay with that." I'm like, "It's fine." He's like,
"It's so hot."
And then he's just like, "Well, I'm gonna hear a lot of stuff." And like,
we don't have real AC. We bought an AC unit last summer that was like $500, but it was really cool because it's like you can move it around, but as long as it has to be, you know, where there's a screen door or something.
I know.
So I have to open up my door to do it.
So it's gonna get a lot colder now, but it's still gonna be pretty. You have to keep it on for a while, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Bloodstone was completed in the time we were telling that story. He's up to what? How much net worth? 8,000 net worth. The Gyro is the lead net worth farmer. Korok is sitting on 3,000 gold currently. Smoke of Deceit comes out. They draw a nice line to head towards Pizza Dad 37.
Yep. It's kind of sad that they aren't able to get much farm onto PQ playing the Witch Doctor. Oh god, they might even get a 2-fer here if they play their cards right. They're picking out the direction. They don't really know anything that's going on. Jeppins, he now scouts them. They're going to get a kill from him. Oh, if they can get a 2-fer, it'd be
They
huge,
see Kikoni, I think. They know where he is. He's TPing out, though, and they need a splitter blind. They can't even find it. Yeah, they can't find that kill. Still, they get a track kill onto the Clockwork. He's down for 33 seconds, and a track's a track, and that's 1,000 gold going their way. And now they are farmed, man. Like, NARv are in a real solid position. So, it's tough. They will take the tier 2 tower as well. It's good. Good stuff coming up from NARv.
Troll really needs a BKB, and he's got it in about 1,300 gold.
Unless it's a Sanji Joshi spy, which I don't think is the case.
He would have bought it already by now if that's what he wanted.
Yeah, you're right.
And Kikoni, he really needs his BKB too. He's gonna get tracked out. It's still relatively early on. A lot of things could happen. 7,000 gold net worth is not that crazy, but I think NARv has, like, this is where the lineup is strongest. It's like in the mid game, the BKBs haven't been purchased yet from Boreal. They have all their blinks. They have tons of stuns. They have tons of magic damage. So until you get your BKBs up on Boreal, like, you do not want to fight at all. It's really, really scary to fight into this. And the problem too is that, yeah, BKBs are going to kind of hurt the NARv lineup, but the thing is, Leshrak, BKB hurts him, but he's usually tanky enough now in this metagame, because he gets so much farm, that as long as you can kite out the BKBs, he can stay in team fights a lot longer.
Yep.
He can hang out in team fights. He can still do damage with his Edict, even if they're BKB'd. Wait out for the BKBs and then do damage.
So I think it's why Bloodstone is such a good item on him.
Exactly.
And even Octarine Core as well. It's all about lengthy engagements, which this patch is pretty good with. They're going to take another tier 2 tower down. There's actually still a tier 1 mid, but all NARv really need to do are just kind of take this slow, methodically push down towers and go from there. They have a glyph for this tier 2 tower if they want it. A little chunk of the tower falls off the side as they're assaulting it. And they won't even glyph here. They're just going to let it go.
Dire's bottom tower has
And that's going to be that. Yule Scepter now picked up for the Lina. That's pretty good, considering Pete's dad is a support Lina in this situation. But what about the supports for NAR? What do they have? We already talked about the Blink Dagger for Chad. He's probably close to... Oh, he's got a Veil very soon. For Fogged, is there a Blink Dagger coming out? No, he's very poor. Fogged is very poor, so...
Veil is really nice, though. Like I said, not even just him, but the rest of his team is all magic damage, too, so... It's going to amplify their damage, but I'm a little surprised that Fogged isn't getting anything. He actually steals Berserker's Rage, which is pretty awful, but...
Go melee form, extra move speed, let's go. Hook shot, gonna connect onto MSS. Dust is up too, nicely done. I don't know how they saw him there, but he's dead. Death Ward if he gets used. Which is fine.
Nice little pickup kill.
Yeah. It's a decent
kills generally onto Bounty Hunter are actually really good, because usually he gets so much gold and he doesn't do too much with it other than track people. And so he usually, especially in the last patch, I don't know if it's that important this patch, but you know, when he has such a high net worth but doesn't do too much with it, it's really, really good getting kills on him.
Cast turned around, thrown by Fog towards mid. That's actually a really important note that you made. Is I mean, like Bounty Hunter, like it's not really the. I don't know. Like we used to see like the Dagon Bounty Hunter coming out like a long time ago, like last TI from like Mouse Sports and like Pycat and all them. Since then, it's just Blink Dagger has been so good. He actually buys a buckler and sells it. I think he sold it. The Bounty Hunter. He's buying a headdress now. So is he going to go for a mech? Is he going to go for a Vlad's? Is he going to go for something completely different, like a pipe?
I was actually going to say their team could be really, really good.
Oh yeah, he's going Greaves.
Mech, yeah, and so Greaves, that'd be really good for the team because they have so much team fight and they have all this magic damage. If they were able to get a fast Greaves or mech or whatever, and just press the issue before they got tons of extra items onto Troll. In fact, I'm a little surprised they haven't really pressed the issue, but I think overall they're farming a little bit faster than Boreal. It's kind of evened out in the last 5 minutes, which I think favors Boreal in the long run. It is a little bit scary though going against Leshrac now in this metagame, just because of Octarine Core and how they actually smoke and run right into MSS.
Dust is gonna be too late. Did he get dusted? He did, but he did blink away. He's gonna have to TP. Hook shot comes in. Jeppin sees him. MSS is gonna get caught out. MSS is dead. Beautiful play from Jeppins. That will lead to a kill, but what else will happen? NAR will rotate towards mid lane. They actually edict up KVH, looking to defend this. They don't have their...
I can't tell if he had vision of that ward just barely, or if he guessed it, or if he had vision from where he's standing, but either way, it was impressive.
Are you talking about the kill?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he TP'd like here, and they saw him.
Oh, so it was just barely in that vision of that ward.
I think so.
Pretty sick.
If it was blind, then I have to go back and look at it, because that was sick, but... Either way.
Yeah, that was... I can't imagine it. I don't know, I can't imagine him doing it blind, because... If I'm Bounty Hunter and I blink away, I imagine the other team's just thinking, oh, he just got away, and he's not going to TP out. But
yeah.
Anyway, very nice kill there from Boreal. Goes with the same idea that I was saying, that Bounty Hunter, despite the fact that it doesn't do too much in team fights, he actually usually has a high net worth if the game is going relatively well for that team.
Roche is going to be up in max duration, by the way, so we'll see how that goes.
I think that's good for Boreal, because their lanes aren't very pushed out.
Shiva's Guard is going to be the next item for the Leshrac. He actually buys the Plate Mail, does not buy the Mystic Staff yet, so he's a ways away before having that Shiva's Guard.
He's really far. The cores on NARv2 are farming a lot faster than Boreal.
Demon Edge for an MKB, more than likely for Korok currently, as that Butterfly eventually will come out for, well, first of all, mischance with Whirling Axes. Second of all, Butterfly is an item that those two heroes will build.
Nothing wrong with that. So easy tower push here for...
Jeez, they melt that thing, man.
Korok hasn't even used a single BKB charge too, which is really important. Because one of the drawbacks about getting BKB relatively early for Gyro is that once you rush through those BKB charges and you're at 5, you become a very bad hero in the late game because you're extremely reliant on your magic immunity. Once you don't have that, because the duration of your flat cannon is going to outlast the duration of your BKB. And once you don't have your BKB, you have to run away. So you're going to be running away with like 3 to 2 flat cannon charges left, and then you just feel like the hero's kind of wasted. So the fact that he hasn't used any BKB charges is really, really important.
Fogged and Ush and everybody heading towards the Roche pit. I mean, you make a good point about the Gyrocopter too. We actually saw in the WCA series where he got absolutely destroyed. I think it was Leviathan versus Not Today. However, part of that was the Abyssal Blade onto him. They like Abyssaled him twice, even though he had like it was just rough. I don't know what else to say. But I actually am not a huge fan of the Gyrocopter in the late game as a whole. But in the mid game and early game, I'm a big fan of him. So he fits this meta pretty well, at least in my opinion. Late game, we'll see how he does against the Troll, which you talked about favors. Like, Boreal's lineup kind of favors them in the late game, I think. Especially like if an Aghanim Scepter comes out for the Witch Doctor. That's another thing that you kind of have to keep track of.
Ooh, Korok might die here. Oh, he just popped his flat cannon, so he might just TP out after this.
Or he's dead.
They see him.
Yeah,
good
hook shot. He's going to BKB, he's going to try to TP out. They need a bash, actually. KBH should have walked up and tried to bash him, but...
Yeah, that was really weird.
Alright. Okay, full 10-second duration BKB, but for your life, I'd take it any day of the week. Ush is going to walk up top lane. There's every hero here except for the Shadow Fiend. Split Earth on PQ. Nice. He's just going to get a free kill. That's track 2.
Track 1.
Yeah. And they're going to try to find KVH. The track Blink's Burrow just connects. They get the Janata. He will BKB. Body block came through, so another BKB used to survive, but maybe that one a bit worse because they're right next to high ground, honestly, and pushing into a BKB-less Troll Warlord is always the dream. However, Korok is bottom, and I don't think they want to go without him. Plus, Roche is up. Something to
the
keep
biggest
in mind.
thing is like Boreal are getting extremely out-farmed, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal if they didn't get that kill on Korok, but they needed that kill on Korok. Like, it's not like a luxury kill. They absolutely had to get it because they're not farming very fast. So that's really big. Korok's gonna have an MKB too, and I don't think you save for buyout in this instance because you're so far ahead, and there's no real risk of you like losing a team fight and then, oh god, our base is dead. I mean, I guess there's a troll, but
there's still 2/2 towers plus glyphs up on the side
yeah.
of NARv2. It just doesn't seem plausible for that to happen.
So he can just buy out an MKB.
He does do that. Yeah, that's a good call. And Korok will either think about heading to the Roche, but they actually find Cody. They get a nice Split Earth off, and doesn't use his Pulse Wave, but there's the Blink Burrow. Doesn't use his BKB. Now he does. Shuriken Toss coming through. Now the Death Ward. Ush getting low, but not doing nearly enough damage. They hook shot in. Call down's gonna fly. Jeff is gonna get turned on. Gets forced out, but doesn't get away. Now Chad comes in, finds PQ. Korok going to work. Gets the nice LSA, but it's only zoning because Korok had his BKB up, and they turn 2. Not the highest value kills, but NARv2, that's a good start for them. They get the MKB, they're going to head right to Roche, and this should be theirs for the taking.
Yeah, and Troll, the big thing is Troll didn't have his BKB in that fight, so he couldn't just go all out. He had to attack only from range for him. Even then, he would have had to kill the Cogs Clockwork to actually walk up melee for him to maybe get the Bass chance on the Lesh. And even then, if you do get him low enough, hey, he can always just Bloodstone and kill himself, so it doesn't really matter. So,
and keep his teammates alive in the process.
What's that?
And keep his teammates alive in the process with a Bloodstone kill or Bloodstone death. The secondary use, which people very often forget. They get a kill on the Lina. I think Chad blinked in Broad. I missed it. I was looking at Roche. So they even steal LSA, which is huge. Shiva's Guard is 100% done for Ush, which is fantastic. And like you said, they are out farming Boreal heavily. They now have a 15,000 net worth lead. The chances of NARv2 throwing this game are slim, but they are still there. But in this position, Boreal have to have some fantastic team fight in order to win this one.
This is one of those positions where I'm like, okay, you're down so much, but if you get a sick Death Ward, you can win.
Yes,
but
yes.
Which to be fair, could happen, but he doesn't have an axe. And
he's
he's
still
not
level 1
ulti,
ulti, dude. Did you see like how much damage it did to Ush last fight? It tickled him. That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah, but like that's why I was saying at the beginning of the draft when I saw Clockwork Witch Doctor, I'm like, oh man, if this Witch Doctor gets farm, it could be sick. But he's not getting anything. He's playing the 5. He's letting Lena get the more of the farm, which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Lena getting farm, but at this stage of the game, I would much prefer Witch Doctor to have farm because a YOLO Death Ward with Ags is, I think, all that can save him in this game, and he's not even anywhere close to that.
We've seen that so many times, just like win games. Honestly, like a really good Death Ward Aghanim.
It seriously can solo win games. It really can, especially in games like this when you're like, that's the last thing on your mind, right? Like, the thing that's on your mind is crap. I don't want to get troll bashed.
Oh my God, Fogged! How did you see Pizza Dad there? Shiva's guard's gonna go. It actually just slows him. Forced through into the LC Laguna. Ooh, Fogged. Actually, a little bit more dangerous than he thought it was going to be. But he literally walked up, LSA'd this tree line where she was hiding, and he saw him, and he's like, "Oh, look at this! Look at what I found." Blink, bro.
Oh, Blink's done on the PQ, and they saw him place the ward too. Some good body blocking coming out.
Chad with the sick plays. There's gonna be the Lightning Storm savagery coming out from the side of NARv2. And they'll push into the base now, it looks like, or at least get prepared to do so.
I think Troll needs to buy a Blink here. Or at least... you know what? He probably wants to save for buyout. It's always way better to save for buyout when you're defending.
So under-farmed. BKB, Yasha. Again, he doesn't have the damage. He's got the dash, which is great and everything, but...
I don't think buyback's going to do anything for him, though, because if he uses BKB in this next fight and he buys back, he can't fight anyway, so... I think he needs to buy a Blink and just pray.
There's
honestly.
The Glyph, yeah. They will rotate top. They'll push that in. They could have gone for another push in. They, I think, still have Aegis. They do on Ush. Yeah, he could easily just go in. This is another good hero to have an Aegis on. Not quite Storm level, but still pretty good. And they're gonna just, I think, reconvene back in mid.
I think if you're Gyro, you get a Butterfly now, it's really hard to kill you. There's no chance of KVH. Oh, KVH is dead.
Buyback, he does. Not the worst thing, but I mean, it's still pretty bad.
You're gonna have to use it now. Yeah. They're gonna force it out of him.
Yeah.
And so once he buys back, he's not gonna have a Saint and Yasha. He won't have a Blink. So this is really, really bad position for Boreal. Could be the beginning of the end.
Yeah, you feel for Boreal coming back 2 games to nothing, tying the series up at 2 apiece. And right now they're about to lose their base. Tier 3 is going to fall. Boreal getting into position. Jeppets maybe looking for a clutch hook shot, but Kikoni gets jumped on and he'll pop his BKB. Korok doing the same, but there's the Death Ward going to work onto Ush now. Meanwhile, Pulse Nova continues on. Greaves come out, saved Korok's life. Does not have the Aegis. Splitter onto Kikoni. Pulse Nova going to work. Look at the damage. Now the FP center from Chad. This is going to be it. KVH buys back. Shuriken he isn't dead yet, though. Aegis goes through. And KVH barely going to survive. Jeppets will get hit up with a homing missile. Ush now edicting up, and he will get the melee Rex at the very least. Drought, this looks to be it, man. This looks to be it for Boreal, and it looks like NARv might be able to take this Canada Cup Season 5 Grand Finals win. We'll have to wait and see, though. It's not over yet.
Well, this would be the first game that, honestly, in this entire Best of 5 series where NARv, I think... It's hard to say, but I think that they did a little bit better overall in the laning stage.
Yes.
Like, the other 4 games, honestly, Boreal was so impressive in the laning stage, and then in the first 2 games, they just faltered really badly. In the later 2 games, or the latter 2 games, I should say, they picked it up a bit. But this game, it was a much more even keel. And then once you hit your timings for Gnar, it just became really scary. The Leshrac did so much damage. Honestly, to me, it was like the Blink Dagger and Sand King. He had it so early, and it played a huge role in this game so far.
This Slush has gotten out of control. 4K gold in the bank. 15,000... Wait, what am I saying? Not 15,000 Bloodstone charges.
15,000 Bloodstone charges.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm losing it. All I want is for this series to have a dramatic ending and for me to get up and go to, like, Taco Bell or get food or something. I'm losing it.
No, not even literally infinite mana. You would respawn before you died. There'd be 2 heroes coming. You'd be about to die, and the game would anticipate it, and you would just respawn.
The Cosmos would break.
Yeah.
Well, it's Boreal have to go for that Hail Mary play. And this is gonna be it. They smoke up behind Kikoni. Unfortunately for them, there is nobody nearby for NARv2. Maybe they head through the jungle, they find Ush, which is a huge target. 15 Bloodstone charges. He won't respawn immediately, but a Cosmo-y looking centaur thing. Isn't he all about, like, purification and the elements and stuff like that? He just, I think Leshrac says buzzwords and, like, thinks people will understand him, and then he's like, yeah, I'm smart. That's what I think of Leshrac, honestly. I'm sounding like an idiot.
He looks like a goat.
Radiant's bottom tower.
That's top tier analysis, my friend.
He looks like the goat that they drank the piss from in Beer Fest.
Yeah. That's, dank reference.
Thank you.
Alright, here we go.
Half of our audience won't even know what that is.
No, I'm sure.
Probably haven't seen Beer Fest.
Oh, Jeppins hook shots into the back of Pizza Dad. They steal a spell. It's a short race. Ush is too busy pushing the base. He's actually taking the racks right now. They're like desperately going for a fight here. Shrew can toss at everybody. Call down Flat, or Vale goes through it, and Kakoni gets blown up. Boreal's KVH trying to man fight, but it's it. That's it. It's donezo. They cannot fight. They will call it GG. Canada Cup Season 5 victors. It is NARv2. Congratulations to them.
Yeah, really, it's nice that they go out on a win like that, because if they went out on a win that was a little bit different, this was just a much more solid performance from them in Game 5. So going out like this probably feels a little bit better for their confidence as they look forward to the qualifiers coming up for North America. So, nice confidence booster. It did go to 5 games, and I argued, arguably it should have probably been a little bit less, but Boreal comes back with a nice fighting chance, but Game 5 was definitely a one-sided game in favor of NAR.
That was a stellar performance from the NARv squad, not something that I think most people were expecting. Especially after those first 4 games where they played a little bit sloppily. This 5th game was absolutely outstanding play from them. Boreal, I got to give them credit. They had a heck of a series. For a team that not many people expected to be here in the Grand Finals, they've looked absolutely fantastic the past couple of days in their game against Wheel and their game against here NARv2. With that being said, it is our Season 5 now under... It's done. It's donezo. I'm not even going to talk anymore about it. We've made it through Season 5, folks. I can't handle it. I have been on such a whirlwind tour that I honestly have no idea what's happening. And I'm even going to be continuing on that whirlwind tour. I will see NARv2 play, of course, in the qualifiers. I'll be heading to Romania to cast them there. Before I do go, I pack up and I get ready for Romania. I want to congratulate NARv2 on their Season 5 victory. They played stellar Dota pretty much all the way up until this best of 5 series. And then, of course, they had a bit of a rough time. But shoutouts to them for playing well. Shoutouts for Boreal to getting the Grand Finals as well. Before we do go, I want to say we do have a giveaway. It is the TI5 ticket. Head over to @Dota2Canada on Twitter or twitter.com/Dota2Canada for information on how to get that TI5 ticket. I also want to give up some pretty good shoutouts to Bill and Anthony of Canada Cup and all the admins that worked for Canada Cup, making this as stellar of a tournament, if not better, than all the previous Canada Cups before it. I want to give a shout out to everyone that has joined me for casting. Obviously to you, Trelf, to Jenkins, to Ryu, to F4L, to Coddle Guy, to Greg, and to everybody that's casted in my stead, to EGAD, to MRP, to all those guys, to Slacks for doing the qualifiers. All those guys, thank you so much for joining us and casting and making Canada Cup such a success as it was. If you've enjoyed the cast, make sure you follow all those guys on Twitter. You can find me and Trelf at MottDota and at TrelfDota. Specific shout-outs to Cart Dota for joining us for this incarnation for this series. You can follow him at Cart Dota. And, of course, MottPax as well for always being around and helping me out with so many different games. You can follow him at MottPax. With that being said, congratulations to NAR. Really well played. I can't really think of anything else to talk about, so we are going to head out of here, boys and girls. We'll see you all next time. I'll see you when I'm in Romania in just a couple of days, guys. Stick around for that. But, again, congratulations to North America Rejects V2. We'll see you next time for Canada Cup Season 6. Bye, everybody.